Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Miss Alexia Echevarria.
Hi. Hi,
What
David.
is
How are you?
what is going on? I mean, should we say Alexia Echevarria or should we say Alexia Nipola now? I mean, you have changed your
I'm liking the
Instagram.
sound of Alexia Nicola much better. So I'm in the process of obviously changing all my, documents and doing the name changing. But I would prefer you call me Nicola because I already feel Nicola.
Well, you know what? Listen, you change it on Instagram. So when you change it on the social medias, it's
That means
official.
it's official. Exactly. That's why I was very smart to do it. I said, you never know, there might be like another Alexia Nicola out there. So I wanted to make sure I grabbed it.
That's
So it's official.
That's really smart. Well, listen, I mean, it's good that you're feeling the Nipola. You got married at the end of last year. Is it true what they say about getting married? Like, do you remember anything or did it just go by so fast that you have no memories of that day?
No, actually, it was just what Todd and I wanted it to be, just about both of us. And I think because it was just that, I remember every single moment of it because it was just like him and I remember all the words. It was something short, it was sweet, it was very meaningful. So I remember everything. That's why we wanted to do it that way. And it turned out that way for us. So we're very happy about that.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see it as this season of RHOM continues on. I mean, speaking about memories, when you look back to the first installation of RHOM, 2011, when you think back, like, do you remember that time? I mean, does that seem like another lifetime to you? Like, who is that woman that I'm watching on TV, or do you remember that vividly?
Right. Well, I kind of have like a faint recollection of season one. I really don't remember too much of it, but I feel like once you do like reality TV, and you're involved in a show like this, it's something like you never forget. It's always there. I have more recollection of season, two and season three, but season one was something that was it was new. We really didn't know what we were doing. It was quick. Wasn't many episodes, and it was a little different from like the typical housewife show and obviously more years. So I really have a faint recollection. Like I said, these are things you do that you never forget ever again, right? It's like the cameras came back this season and it was like they had never left. I was really
Really, it was like you never left. Did you know what you were getting into, like back in the first, like, did you watch Housewives before you were on it?
No, I mean, funny enough, I had never watched any of the housewife shows, and I happened to watch, I guess, the perfect one, which was New Jersey. And I'll never forget, we were in Orlando with the kids, and I was with one of my friends, and we were getting ready to go out to dinner with the kids, and the show was on. And we start watching. Guess what? We called the kids and we're like, we're ordering room service because we're going to stay in tonight because we need to watch the show. And as all the moms were watching, they were all looking at me and they're like, oh my God, like if it ever comes to Miami, if the franchise ever comes, you need to try out for the show. Like you're so housewifey. And I'm like, gee, thanks. Like, you think I'm going to be doing that stuff like that? So a few years later, they started casting for the Miami show. And, against my will, because I really didn't want to participate, and really against my husband at the time that didn't want me to do it, I showed up for a casting last minute. And I was, selected right away by, the network and the casting directors.
Did you base like your interview on like Teresa or, Carolyn Manzo, or I mean, you were watching New Jersey at that time?
Right. So actually I didn't, I really didn't get that kind of show, back then. Obviously now it's like so normal and so natural, but really when it first started, it was something that was very different. I think not only to me, but like to many women and to the audience in itself. So I really never saw like our show being that, and I don't think it has been, not even to today. I think it's Miami has any kind of representation like New Jersey. I think that we all have, every franchise is very unique and particular. And that's what I love about it, that, all the ladies from the different city bring something different, and that's what makes it so much fun to watch because, we're all so different, yet very alike because, we have to have some housewifey traits, which I think we all kind of have to be in this kind of show. So when I tried out for season one, I was just really like myself, like I've always been. I had some friends that would tell me, oh my God, don't talk with your hands. And, like, don't dress like that and don't do this and don't do that. But you know what? I really didn't listen to them. And that's why I'm still here today, because I showed up. I was who I am. I spoke with my hands. I spoke English, Spanish. I was very raw. I was very real, like I always have been. I literally sat there and said, okay, so I'm here today. My husband doesn't know I'm here, neither does my family. And I guess that they like that. They're like, okay. So anyways, you know, I remember I wore like this silver leather Versace Cavalli jacket, Versace boots. It was like, you know, like who I am. And like 10 minutes later, you know, I was getting the phone call and telling my family that they were going to come meet us.
Wow.
Like I said, those things you never forget.
What do you think are of these housewifey traits that you mentioned? Like, what do you think makes a good housewife?
Well, I feel like we have to always have an opinion about something, right? Always. We always have something to say. You know, I kind of think we have kind of like a certain look and a certain energy. It's like a vibe, you know, that we have. There's different traits because obviously I think all the girls bring something different, you know. I mean, you don't all, you know, like I remember in the beginning, you know, a lot of girls thought, oh, you have to be like beautiful, you have to be pretty or attractive, or you have to be rich, you know, like, so I feel like a lot of those traits or qualities, whatever, have changed, you know, throughout the years, you know, which I love. I think, you know, today, you know, the women that we see on these shows are more like entrepreneurs or business women. You know, they're not only, you know, moms and wives, but, you know, they also are career women. So I love that the show has changed like that, you know, where you can see different representation. I think there's more inclusivity. I think there's more diversity. You know, I think they really have changed a lot from when I started doing this, where the women just had to be kind of like rich and catty and stupid. And, you know, I really didn't relate to that. You know, so I just decided to show up and be myself, right? And just be like a little bit of everything. You know, I was a mom, I was a wife, I was a career woman, you know, had a business. And then, you know, and then all the reality around my life. I'm like a real person, like with real problems, you know, so.
Absolutely. Well, here we are, like 10 years later. I mean, did you ever think like, well, when it went away the first time, you know, like I think when Miami was on and then it ended, you know, Housewives was a thing, but then it really became a thing, you know, it became bigger than, like, was it hard to sit around for 10 years and watch, you know, now Beverly Hills and Potomac?
Yes.
And yes.
Right. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous because I always think of Beverly Hills because we kind of started at the same time. So I'm like, oh my God, we would have still been on TV. We would have had all these seasons, you know, the viewers would have gone to see like all my life, you know, like the last 8 years. It's kind of like we had to play catch up this season. And there was really not enough time to like catch up with 8 years of Alexia's life. So, and besides that, there's also the girls on the show. So it's not like only about me, but, you know, I was always jealous, you know, that they missed out so much in my life, even though, you know, there were a lot of things in my life that maybe at the moment I wouldn't have wanted to share. But the truth is that the camera is, you know, when the camera is around, it's whatever it's going on in your life at that time. So it's not like the camera is here, like, you know, 12 months a year, thank God, every single minute and all that kind of thing. So, but still in 8 years, you know, when they come and they capture those 3 months that we're filming, depending what's going on in your life, like it's a lot. So I've been, you know, I was jealous. I always believed that they should have always brought us back. And I always had hope that it would come back because, you know, I've always said that Miami is a very interesting city. We're so different. We're so unique. You know, during COVID, you know, we got so much attention because everyone just wanted to move here. And I said, you know, now's the time to bring it back. If they don't bring it back now, we're like screwed. So, you know, the fans were very vocal, you know,